Well, for more, we're joined by our editor-at-large, Ahmed Al-Burai, in the studio. Thank you for coming in. Firstly, the US President Donald Trump, Theresa May, Emmanuel Macron, they've all stressed that this is a once-off. They don't anticipate further military action in Syria. Do you believe that?
I think the main message, Oscar, was clear. They wanted to humiliate Russia. They basically told Russia and the Syrian regime, look, you cannot go ahead with this. We're going to just give you the lesson and that's it. It wasn't clear at the very beginning because James Mattis, hours before the attack, was saying the intelligence work is still underway, though Macron of France said that we do have evidence that the Assad regime is responsible for the chemical attack. We do have some doubts, though, that this was a chemical attack. Was it? Why didn't they allow the UN investigation committee to go inside the Ghouta as what happened earlier? Before that, you know, at the time of Obama in 2013, David Cameron at that time went to the parliament asking for the permission and he was not allowed. Then the whole mission was thwarted because of that. Now it's on overnight. It seems that basically the United Kingdom and France wanted to give the lesson to Russia because of their outreach, because of the meddling in the election, because of the also what the alleged poisoning of the double agent on the British soil, all of these, and you know, the annexation of Crimea. So it's a kind of, you know, they're not happy with the Russian policy in the region, but on the same side, they're not interested in ending the violence or ending the killing of the Syrian people. And that's what Theresa May said. We're not interested in regime change. And as far as the Assad is continuing, killing his own people with conventional weapons, they're all right with that. They're okay with it. It's only the chemical weapons that you shouldn't be using. It is ironical, it is paradoxical that the international community is just stressing on that the people, if they're killed with chemical weapons, that's a big tragedy, and you have this massive outrage in the international arena. But if they're killed with conventional weapon, it's okay.
Interesting. If, as you say, this was designed to basically send a strong message to Russia, on the face of it, the leaders of these three countries are saying that they want to take out Bashar al-Assad's chemical weapons capabilities. Do you think that's also possible? Do you think they've done that successfully?
To be honest, on the ground, we're not 100% sure what happened, but, you know, like this kind of waiting period before the attack, Macron said clearly, publicly, we're going to target these places, which is a clear message to the Russians, to the Syrian regime, take your precautions. It's only for the media show. It's only a show-off in front of the international world, and they're, you know, for domestic policies inside France, the United States, and the United Kingdom, that we are still the superpowers, we're still the police of the world. But on the ground, this didn't happen. It seems that the Assad regime is still capable. I would argue, though, that it is a kind of reinforcement to the Assad militarily, because it's very clear that they killed nobody. It's just a message, no more than rhetoric. On the ground, like what happened a year ago after Khan Sheikhoun, when they attacked the Shuayrat airfield, it was stronger than this one. It was very prompt, very swift. But this time, it seems that the international powers, I mean the three powers, the US-led coalition, were not on the same page of the full-scale operation. Donald Trump was speaking about a new, nice and smart weapons that are going to end or deter Assad from doing this. This happened before, and Assad was not deterred. And then the things are going to continue. The Russians are going to continue with the support of the Assad. So I don't think this is going to make any drastic or dramatic change on the ground.
Yes, and from what we've been reporting earlier, it would seem that Syria had enough time to actually evacuate these targets ahead of these attacks. But I'm wondering, in your view, how might Syria and Russia react to this? We've heard some lines coming out of Moscow and Syrian state media, but could those two countries react in a more forceful way?
Look, it's very ironical. The regime and the Russians do have, you know, the rhetoric saying that it's illegal attack. They didn't send the investigation. They do not have concrete, solid evidence that chemical weapons were used by the Assad regime. And to be honest, there is a big question everybody should be asking himself. Why would the Assad regime use chemical weapons when he has the upper hand? He does have the leverage. The Russians struck the deal hours before the chemical attack with the rebel groups in Eastern Ghouta, in Douma, with Jaish al-Islam rebel group, and the police, the military police of the Russians were going inside the Eastern Ghouta enclave. So why would this kind of attack happen? It's only a pretext for the West to intervene militarily in this operation. Now, with the Russians, they say that this is illegal, but on the other hand, they still the killing of the people. That's the most important thing that people are not interested in. I was interestingly watching the social media of a Syrian activist and Syrian people who are speaking about they're praying for anybody to intervene militarily to end the killing. They do not prefer their soil to be attacked by any foreign powers, but on the other hand, they do not want to stay watching their children starving and dying while everybody is watching. Now, this happened, but on the other hand, there is nothing changing. The dynamics on the ground, the regime is still there, the killing will continue. That's the big elephant that people are talking about in social media, which is completely different from the politics of these international powers.
Yes, many mixed messages out there. Ahmed Al-Burai, TRT World Editor at Large, thank you as always.